Why do people self-diagnose with mental disorders, and is it necessarily a problem? Well, this is a hot question at the moment. There's a lot of concern that young people in particular are diagnosing themselves with mental disorders that they don't have, and that they're doing this for attention. But actually it's more complicated than that. So the research shows us that a lot of the time people who self-diagnose with mental disorders are doing so accurately. They have correctly identified what is going on with them, and actually a lot of the time they can't access the formal routes to get professional diagnosis. So actually it's not really fair to say that they can't or shouldn't self-diagnose. That said, it can be a problem, particularly when people self-diagnose inaccurately. So if this happens enough, then it starts to change the meaning of what that disorder is, particularly in terms of the public understanding of that disorder. We've also spoken to clinicians who said that most of the time when young people self-diagnose, it's not really a problem, but it can be a problem when that young person holds on very tightly to that self-diagnosis as an important part of their identity. And when that happens, it can start to interfere with the therapeutic relationship or with treatment outcomes. Remember though that I'm talking about mental disorders here, not about neurodivergence. So the reason why people might self-diagnose with a neurodivergent condition like ADHD or autism are often quite different, particularly because these things are lifelong and can have profoundly helpful implications for people understanding their identity. So that's a slightly separate question. I told you it was complicated.